you're pinning obviously before you're moving back, right? So that way you can move back with your hip. But the point is that there might be a little bit of a forward pull. There might be a considerable amount of pull forward because your opponent is anchoring their elbow, right? So I want you to think of using that middle knuckle fist, tracking up underneath their arm, so if the elbow is bent, it's not a problem. That matches your elbow, right? So in other words, if I have you over here for a moment, if you turn this way so that way you can So in other words, if this is bent a little bit, well, that's exactly the same angle, right? Our arms kind of match, right? If your elbow drops, my elbow drops, that's fine. You can come right into the lymph node area with the arm, there's no problem, right? But the point is that if he's pulling me, I'm going to straighten myself. It's not always a nice clean step back and a pull. It might be half a step and then I commit a little bit forward, right? The important part is that I'm controlling this. I'm not being controlled. And I'm taking this into account in order to deal with, my posture. I don't want to give up my posture, right? Yes, sir. So just add a couple of times. Do it on your own several times. You could actually hit yourself into that position. It's actually not a bad idea. So this can happen. So he grabs, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to get myself into that position by punching here, but I'm still going to pin first. I mean, it's a basic idea. Usually, the best way to pin would be this way, right? So, I mean, we're going to be this close, right? So, but we're also learning mechanics, right? So anyhow, yes, you could actually go and hit first and let that drive you into the stance. That's not a bad move. Right? For right now, I'm going to have you step back and then hit. So I want you to think more of stabilizing yourself. Okay? Do it a couple of times. Okay. We're going to keep right on going. I talked about the other day just a little bit about making sure that you get your right hand to actually give you a little bit of sensory feedback before you do the next move. In other words, don't go from the middle knuckle fist right into this. It's not that you cannot, but it's that your right hand gives you a tiny bit of information as you're doing that. The left hand has a simple job. It's going to go from here to there. Oops, sorry. That's right in his nose. From here to there. You can't see. You got your hand in my face. Right, so anyhow. But what I'm talking about is right here. This right hand actually has a little bit more of a job. It has to come up first and then it has to torque, right? That is much more of a much longer path than what my left hand has to do. My left hand is much quicker, right? Especially if you're pulling from this, right? So, man, you're going to come right into this. Right? So have this right hand ever so slightly precede the left hand. Make sense? From here, I'm going to engage here first, and then to this. All right, so from here to here, you notice how my right hand is leading the action, and then to there. All right? You can see my hand more relaxed instead of a perfectly executed palm is because I'm trying to maintain good control and stay relaxed when I'm hitting your face. So try that with each other a couple of times. Just this idea of getting all the way up to the hammer fist, basically the entire base move. I'm sorry, were you asking something?
I was trying to figure out where the camera was. So I'm not sure.
That's right. This time I don't know. the body, turn, let the hands come back, right? Now you're ready for that last movement, but it's all linear. Think speed, don't think power, think speed. Alright, that's good, that's good, that's good. To the next part here, right? You have done this and you've done that, and now you're coming back to this. It's gonna go right here, that's what you're doing with your. Yes. Alright? So just think of that punch pulling you into the crossover step. But think of the punch giving you the whole momentum for the elbow. That might be a good way to think about it.
Yes, sir.
Try it. So what's unique about this particular footwork, or this crossover, is that it has two strikes within one crossover. The back knuckle does not have a tendency of getting smothered because I'm moving my body too soon. Maybe I just practice that part more, I don't know. Right? But I don't have a problem with that, right? But I had a problem sometimes going here and then punching a little bit late because you're thinking of the crossover. Right? So again, don't think of the crossover, think of a punch and an elbow. Right? If I think of a punch and an elbow, now that punch starts here, right? If I go here, right? Makes sense? You see that most people, 9 out of 10 people, will do this and they're already here and now they're smothered their own punch. Right, so the whole point from here, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so just think of that punch pulling you into the crossover step. But think of the punch giving you the whole momentum for the elbow. That might be a good way to think about it.
Yes, sir.
Try it. That's it. And then if you move back too much, then you strike becomes a snap. So many people don't realize that Mr. Parker, once you get the basic idea, okay, I know how to do some of the basic strikes. It seems so complicated to do a combination with that once you add front of your crossovers into twist down. But that's all you're doing. That's the only thing that makes this seem more foreign at first. It's like, if you just think, all right, I'm a good hitter, I can go bam, bam, right? I mean, just think about that. Highly sophisticated, a back knuckle and a punch. And an elbow. Oh, I'm advanced. But yet it is advanced because of one step with your feet changes the whole affair, and it turns most people into memorizers instead of strikers, right? But so, as a matter of fact, do that a couple of times. Just stand right here and let's go back, knuckle, punch, elbow. Just do a shuffle of it. Right, that's very basic, right? Just like that. And then try it. Okay, hey, Mr. The crossover, I can go a little further from here. And that's the only difference. A lot of times reflecting back on what the only thing is that has made this more difficult simplifies the whole affair. All right, I'm advancing from here to here. Took me 20 years to get there. Try it a couple of times. So, you did the elbow. Yes. Alright, that's what we're going to start with. I'm going to start with one elbow, yes, and it's sandwiching. And as soon as you finish sandwiching, you're going to bring this left hand over and bring your right elbow back a little bit. Right? And the reason why you need to bring your right elbow back a little bit is for the benefit of this palm strength. Right? That's not the fight. So this is a little bit better right here. So what I don't want to do from this position, I don't want to have this motion right here. With my elbow already forward. Alright? Right? Let's go here, 1 and then 2. Alright? So this angle. So let's go 1, 2. That's right. Try that a bunch of times. So right now, that means in this technique we have the elbow strike right here, and as you claw, bring your right elbow back a little. Your hand stays here in a place where it already has basically established entry. Right? By the way, same exactly here like in Reiki Mace. Reiki Mace, I do the back, right? You get the base technique here, here. But the point is, look at the smallest amount of transition required in order for, and this is a twerking heel palm by the way, bam, this way, it pushes me into a cat stand. I'm going to hit this right here like this, my nose is over the head. That's the idea in Reiki Mix, because that, bam, gets me into a kick. Right? So I was amazed. I was here. This is a beautiful extension because it's moving inward elbow. Okay? So inward elbows, this is the last one for this. Inward elbows, what other combinations of powers can we do from inward elbow? Reiki Meisha, put it a little bit further apart to stall. From here, with this little motion, from here to here, I now get, which drives me into a cancer. Exact same idea of what we have now here in clutching feathers, except with a twist stand. With this little of a motion, bring my elbow ever so slightly back. Look at my hand, where my hand is at. My hand says, thank you! Does that make sense? So, just don't forget, you could choose to use that palm to hit him in the face one time if you want to do. You're still in the twist stand. Huh? Exactly. This is at IKKA at its best, right? This is one of the last changes we made. Clutching feathers, well, he didn't do it just in the last year. He did it, I don't know, like in 1986, 87 or something like that. He made that change already, right? But you can see how this is, I mean, the old extension of clutching feathers was after the hammer fist to the groin, hook to the groin, that was it.
Very clear is the top.
Yes, yes. So this is one of the most extreme changes from old version to new version. He took one of the shortest extensions and turned it into one of the longest extensions. Right? So not all of the changes are that dramatic. This one is the most dramatic one, probably. Right? You are going to take it on, right? One more time. Yeah. Yes. So we're going one, we're going just regular neutral ball. Right here. Right here. Right? The turning into the reverse ball not only brings him down further, but look what it does to my right hand. Gets it in perfect position to go right in this position. And then it's going to carry further because my calf will help.
Yeah, that's his
So just think of it, that's how you can control the appointment. Instead of going, continuing to go through, I go up towards the collarbone area. You can hit the side of the shoulder so that way you're not accidentally break anything. Right from there. And feel how that impact gets you into the step. Yeah! At the same time, it gives you so much more depth in the knee. But it comes from here. Turning makes this really easy. So instead of having this kind of a motion, you got this. Fastest motion you're going to do right. The turning into the reverse ball not only brings them down further, but look how they move. But then when once you let the knee go, you rotate. Cross over.